Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to the very next episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is episode number 42, and in this episode we're finishing up with Battle Bingo for now, because there is going to be one more a little bit later on that's kind of like a bonus card, but we can't get to that just yet, so don't worry. We have the Psychic card here, and we begin with Houndoom, and every single square is a Psychic-type Pokemon. And a lot of them, by design, of course, are also dual-type Pokemon, and, have some other type that makes it more interesting. The first thing you want to do is capture the Chimecho, because it does have the move Shadow Ball, and that's going to prove to be very useful, because a lot of these Psychic-type Pokemon have other types that make them not so weak to Dark types like Houndoom. Square number 1 is a good example of that. We have Medicham, who is fighting and Psychic type, and because of that, he's not going to be weak to Dark type moves, and in fact, he knows High Jump Kick, so he would be able to kill Houndoom in one hit. Although, if he did miss against Houndoom because of how the recoil works with High Jump Kick, it would kill him, but you can't really count on that because I think it has like 90% accuracy, so it's not going to miss that much. And Chimecho's Shadow Ball is a much more reliable way to knock this thing out. You can also, I guess, knock it out in other ways by catching another Psychic-type Pokemon that'll be resistant to the High Jump Kick, but Chimecho proves to be just as useful. Okay, so Medicham goes down. And that's one Pokemon that you definitely don't want to catch on this card because of the fact that they're all Psychic here. You just really won't stand a chance. And you won't be able to do any damage to begin with. Alright, so we're going to use, let's see, we'll use Chimecho's other EP to take on the square below where Medicham was. And that's going to reveal to us an Executor, a Grass and Psychic type, which is kind of a really bad typing. Especially because of its quad weak to Bug type. But we're going to capture it anyway because its Giga Drain is going to be useful in taking out some of the other Pokemon on this card, including Slowbro, which is the next opponent that we're going to be facing. And because of Slowbro's Psychic and Water type combination, Executor is going to have the advantage. So I just have to remember which one it is. I think it's this one. Please be yes. I was correct. Hooray. I'm always correct. What am I talking about? Jeez. Okay, so you're not going to knock out Slowbro in one hit because he's just bulky as crap, and that's part of why I hate him so much. These freaking bulky, slow-ass water types just piss me off, like Quagsire. I don't know, Slowbro always reminds me of Quagsire. I know Quagsire came after Slowbro, but still. It still makes me want to just punch him in the face. So, yeah. After this episode, thankfully, we're going to be finally getting out of Realgum Tower for not a long time, because we do pick up a lot of battle CDs in Fennec City, which is where we're going next. And because of that, we'll be right back here at Realgum Tower completing those battle CDs in the near future. But what I wanted to do was kind of come back here kind of, every, I don't know, however long. Kind of often-ish, or as we, collect the battle CDs, because I don't want it to be where I come back and I'm doing, like, 10 episodes at a time, just, Realgum Tower stuff. We can come back here, complete a couple, get caught up, and then go back into the storyline and, not have that much of a problem. You want to use Metagross, not Metagross, you want to use Houndoom against Metagross here, because he only knows Psychic, not a Steel-type move. So he can't even do damage to Houndoom. So Crunch will be able to knock him out in 2 hits, or 3 hits. Either or. Anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, I was thinking about just, making all the Realgum Tower stuff bonus game material. And, have that be bonus episodes after the main storyline. But the more I thought about it, it's like, there's so much to do at Realgum Tower that the bonus series would be like 50 episodes or, like 40 episodes or whatever. And, the main series by itself would be like 70 or 80 or however much it's going to end up being. And that's just kind of ridiculous. So I'm doing everything all together this time. Mount battles together with Realgum Tower and all of the Coliseum series, and then the main storyline as well. So it's all together, and you can watch it all in one place and just follow through and see the order that I do it in, and that's pretty much all there is to it. And if you don't like it, just go away. Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't go away. I love you guys. Love you guys with all my heart. Like, in a non-creepy way. Anywho, moving on to less creepy things. We have Executor against Lunatone here. Lunatone is a rock and psychic type Pokemon. It also has the levitate ability, so be careful if you, by any chance, have a Pokemon that wants to use Earthquake on him. Which I don't remember exactly if there's a Pokemon in this card that knows Earthquake. I think there's Claydol somewhere. So don't use Claydol on Lunatone because it's just not going to work out for you. And Lunatone knows Rock Slide, which can make you flinch if you get really unlucky, but Giga Drain should prevail. Alright, so we're getting close to the halfway point of this card. And we'll use Executor to get a second bingo here against Slowking, the Water and Psychic type Pokemon, the alternate evolution for Slowbro and the Slowpoke family. And I think Slowking is 1,000 times better than Slowbro. I don't know. I've always thought that. He's a little bit more offensive than he is bulky. It's still going to take 2 hits to knock out Slowking, but still. I don't know. I always liked Slowking better for whatever reason. Maybe just because he looks cooler, too. He doesn't have that Shelder, mutated thingamajiggy hanging off of his tail like Slowbro does. It looks so much better on his head. Alright, well anyway, Slowking goes down there without too much of a fight. And that's going to give us Bingo! Bingo, bingo! And we have an EP to play with here. Let's see, we don't have a lot of spaces to play with here, so we kind of have to not die. We'll give that EP to Chimecho. And let's see, I am going to have to get that Master Ball at some point soon. Otherwise, I'm just going to run out of EPs. And that would be bad because I kind of don't want to lose this. Let's see, we'll use Houndoom to take on the square above where Slowking was. And that's going to be Xatu, the Psychic and Flying type Pokemon, which is an interesting combination of types. And it knows Drill Peck, which can kind of do a lot of damage. This can be a critical battle here. Hopefully Crunch knocks him out in 1 hit, but I have a bad feeling that it's not going to. Come on, you want to die? Yes, alright. So it wasn't that much of a critical battle. As much as I was making it out to be, at least. Xatu grew tired and fled. I don't understand why they all flee. Like, it's a simulation. How do you simulate fleeing? Doesn't make sense to me. Alright, we're going to flip over the +1 EP bonus panel and give that to Houndoom, of course. And we'll attack card number 4. Or not card number 4, panel number 4. And it's going to be Jinx, the Ice and Psychic type Pokemon, which I think is an awesome type combination, if you ask me. Not that anyone asks me. No one ever asks me. And we'll go for the Crunch, which almost knocks Jinx out, but not quite. And as long as you don't get frozen by the Ice Beam, you'll be good to go. So basically just keep your fingers crossed that you don't get extremely, extremely unlucky. But it is possible because it's happened to me a couple of times. Both with Lapras and the Waterproof card, and then Jinx on this card. You clearly have the advantage, but you end up getting screwed over because you get frozen, and you stay frozen for 8,000 turns. Okay, enough ranting. We get a bingo, and we'll give the EP to Houndoom. And I know this has to be the Master Ball, where that question mark was. So let's use Houndoom's other EP, or last EP, to get that Master Ball and get our EP back as well. So now we have 4 squares left. I'll give that EP to Houndoom, and as long as we capture wisely here, we will have enough EPs to finish off this card, and even have enough EPs, if we were to lose one. which I'm hoping isn't going to be the case, but we are down to the nitty-gritty here. Let's see. I must choose carefully. I mean, I really just don't want to lose this entire thing and have to start over because that would suck so bad. I've come so far. Alright, Houndoom, you're up. And we're going against Claydol here, who I think has Earthquake, I want to say. So we're going to want to capture this Claydol because Houndoom doesn't have a chance in hell to survive an Earthquake because, like, Drill Peck took away half of his health and Claydol has higher attack than Zatsu does. That doesn't give us a bingo, though, but now every other card or every other panel that we flip over will give us a bingo. Well, that's not true. If we did the other one first, the one next to that, it wasn't a bingo. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just leave me alone. Okay, we have Claydol versus Girafarig here. And why Claydol? Because Girafarig knows Thunderbolt, which is an interesting move for Girafarig to be using, but don't question it. Just enjoy the fact that you can use Earthquake all day and never get hit by anything. That part is awesome. Surprisingly enough, it does take 2 Earthquakes to knock out Girafarig, which, I don't know, I didn't think Girafarig was that strong in the physical defense department, but that's alright. Who am I to judge, right? Alright, we get the bingo! And we'll give that EP to Houndoom just to be safe. 2 panels left, and we'll use Houndoom to take on Solrock. And even though Solrock also has a type advantage on you because of its rock type, you have a type advantage on it as well with Crunch, the dark type move, and you can knock it out in one hit before it even gets to attack you. But even if it was able to attack you, it knows Flamethrower and not Rock Slide, so you'd be safe regardless. Just don't use Executor in that battle. Alright, so we have the last panel here, and it's going to be Grumpig, the pure Psychic type, with a crap ton of special defense. So, I'm almost guaranteed to not be able to knock out this Grumpig in one hit with Crunch, but because of Houndoom's Dark type, we don't have to worry either way because he can't hit us because all he knows is Psychic. And that's going to be it for the Psychic card. It's a little bit time consuming because the battles are kind of longer, but it's really not that difficult of a card. And definitely nowhere near as difficult as the dreaded number 5 Pikachu card because I didn't have to get lucky a bunch of times, if you know what I'm saying. Yo. Congratulations, you have completed the Psychic card. I know, isn't that awesome? And you get a whopping 2,500 Poke Coupons, which is fabulous. And we get a Max Elixir as well, which is still kind of like a bitch slap in the face, but by now we're used to taking it. Now that we've completed all 10 cards, at your next visit we will offer a new game mode to add to the fun of Battle Bingo. Oh, really? Name the one panel mode. This game mode makes it much more difficult to choose panels for flipping. Okay. Well, tell me why I should care about this. We hope you will give it a try. Actually, we won't because we are done with Battle Bingo until we unlock the bonus Bonsly card, and that's going to be a little bit later on. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. And in the next episode, we're going to be going back to Phoenix City to take care of Cypher. Stay tuned for episode 43. Game on!